my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm JaMya. So in today's video, I'm showing you guys an everyday makeup routine. I don't know if I told you guys Happy New Year, but Happy New Year. I don't even know when I made my last video, but Happy New Year, guys. Hope you guys have had a great year so far. I'm showing you guys my updated everyday makeup routine. I have some newer products that I use, newer techniques, just different things. So I'm pretty much going in depth to show you guys how I get a flawless, natural beat face. So before we get started, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So let's just go ahead and hop into this. First, I kind of already prepped my face because I already basically cleansed my face and everything. So the first thing that I like to use is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus primer water. It's just the Rose 3-in-1 primer water. It's like kind of like a little spray to refresh your face. I like to move into my brows, so I'm just gonna take the Morphe brow cream, and this is in the shade Java. I have been using this for a really long time. I'm just going to brush out my brows and basically just fill them in. If you guys want a full brow routine, then I can give that to you guys. A more updated version on how I do my brows. If you guys want a brow routine, just comment down below. But I'm basically just filling them in. Alright, so now that I've filled in my brows, I'm just going to go ahead and go into my concealer that I'm going to be using, and it's the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer, and it's in the shade Medium Dark 145W. Now I'm just basically going to be cleaning up my brows. So basically what I do is I create that line to clean them up, and then I just drag it down towards my eyelids. So now I'm just gonna take a more fluffier brush to just blend out my brows at the bottom. Now to finish off my brows, I'm just taking the Morphe brow cream in the shade Translucent. Pretty much just going to be setting my brows in place. Moving on to primer, my actual primer. I like to basically prime my face and then actually prime my face. So before, you guys see me use the Wet n Wild Rose primer, and this is just like a prepping primer. And for actual primer, I like to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This primer, I'm just kind of covering my entire face with it, because it works so good. So for foundation, I have been using this foundation for a long time. Well, not that long, but I've been using this foundation like consistently. This is probably like one of my favorite drugstore foundations ever. Like, CoverGirl really did something when they made this foundation. In the shade T70 Caramel. And I'm pretty much out of it. Like, I have like nothing left. I basically have nothing left in this, so I pretty much just take it out of the container and I just like kind of swipe it over my face. And then so I take my sponge. My sponge is damp, so I just take that and I just start out with my chin, and I kind of just blend that around my face. I'm basically just blending out my foundation. And as you guys can tell, this is pretty much like a really perfect match on my skin. And basically for my forehead, I try to get as close to my brow as possible. I don't like really carving them out a lot on the top of my brow, because it gives it that carved out look, and I really don't like that. So for a natural look, I just kind of like get as close as possible to my brows, just so I won't mess them up. And this is what my face is looking like with just foundation. Going back into my concealer, I'm just using the same exact concealer that I used to clean up my brows, and I'm just applying this on my highlighted areas of my face. However, for my eyes, I do them right in this right in the inner corner, and then I take this part and I drag it upward. And then I do the same thing on this eye, and then I just drag it upward. And basically what it does, it doesn't keep your makeup looking like it's dragging down. It makes it like lift upward. So I learned that on Instagram, and I've been doing it ever since. And then I'm gonna put like a little dot on my eyelids to kind of get rid of that redness that I have going on my eyelids. I'm taking my same sponge and I'm just blending that out. So as you guys can tell, my face already looks like it's lifting a little bit. So now I'm just going to take the Mercier setting powder. And I honestly don't know why I haven't tried the setting powder sooner, because it's really bomb. It's the best setting powder I have used since side, because I've already kind of been tapping in. But I go on the side where I don't have like rarely any product on there, and I just kind of tap it in to make sure that the concealer is really set into my skin first before applying the setting powder. What I do is I take the setting powder and I tap it. I don't know if you guys can actually see, but I tap the setting powder in there, and then I tap it on the sides to make sure I have like less product as possible. What I do is I basically build up my setting powder and I just lightly tap it in. And I pretty much do the same thing. I tap it in, and then I kind of just swipe it, give it a little good swipe, and then I keep tapping. My laugh lines, I just basically smile, and I tap it in. But I let that sit there for a little bit just to actually set into my skin. The same thing for the other areas where I concealed my face. So on the bridge of my nose, I kind of just tap that in on the areas. And then I just tap in that setting powder. The same thing for my under eyes. I really try to make sure to get like right up in my eyes, because my eyes tend to crease a lot. So I go right into it, even if I make like a really crazy face. I just tap right in, look up, and just tap, tap, tap. And then I really press that concealer like right in the areas where I crease at. And then I just tap it in. I also put a light layer of setting powder on my eyes, only if I'm doing a natural look, because I'm not really doing any eyeshadows on my eyelids. So I just put a small like light layer of setting powder just to set that concealer in place. So as you guys can tell the difference as in matte and kind of like glowy, a little dewy on this side. But right here, it gives you that really nice matte look. You guys can tell the difference in like the glowy side and the matte side. I always try to go for matte because I do have oily skin, and it's just something that will really help my makeup last all day. So I literally love this setting powder. It's a little pricey, but it's well worth it. So you guys should definitely invest in some more Mercier. A little warmth back into my skin. I'm using the NARS. I just broke it. Bronzing powder that I use is the NARS bronzing powder, and it's in the shade Casino. I just broke it, so just take this bronzing powder and I just pretty much bronze up my face. I kind of strayed away from actually contouring my face because it's just, when I'm doing a natural look, I don't want something too harsh. I just kind of tap it in to my skin on the sides of my face, and then I kind of just drag it upward to kind of give my face that shape. And as you guys can tell, this side looks a little skinnier than this side. Most of the times now, I just kind of use bronzing powder. I don't necessarily use contour unless like I just really want to go all out with my makeup, but I'm always just going towards like a bronzing powder. I just tap it in and just drag it upwards. My forehead, I just tap in on the sides of my forehead and I just drag it downwards just a little bit. Because as you guys can tell, I have a big forehead, so I try to shrink it a little bit. So I just take this bronzing powder, I tap it in, and then I just drag it like inwards to try to shrink my forehead. And boom. it bronzes it up really nice, and I have a smaller forehead. Or going back into my bronzer, I'm just taking a smaller, more fluffier brush to bronze up my nose. And basically what I do for my nose, I go on the side of my nose and I just drag it downwards. And then do the same thing on the other side. Just drag it down on the bridge of my nose. And then for the area that goes like out towards my eyes, I just drag it like this. And basically what it does, it gives you that shape, but everyone knows it's different, so y'all can go on the however your nose is shaped. But this is basically how I do mine. I go down on the bridge of my nose and I go upwards, and then I go down, and then I go up. And then with the rest of this product, I'm just taking it on my eyelid, just to add a little color. And then I'm just putting this pretty much on my crease area. And then the same thing to my other eye. Putting it right on my crease area. Moving on to blush, I'm taking the Juvias Place Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. And this is what it looks like. I have been using this for quite some time. And the two shades that I normally go for is these two shades. And it's the shade Tayu and then Lena. But I really love Tayu. That's the one that I use pretty much the most. And with this blush, a little goes a long way. And I basically like smile and then I drag it upwards. Moving on to highlighter, I just recently started using this, probably like a few weeks, maybe almost a month ago. But this is pretty good. Like, this is like one of my new favorite highlighters, but it is the Kylie Cosmetics pressed illuminating powders, and this is basically her highlighter, I think that's how she says it. This is what it looks like. This is like so freaking gorgeous. This is so freaking gorgeous. The shade of it is amazing. I love this one particularly. This is in the shade Cheers Darling. It just fits my skin tone like so perfectly, and really a little goes a long way with these highlighters. But I just start at my cheeks, and then I just kind of go all the way up towards like the end of my brow tail. So I just go like right where that ends, and then boom, it gives me like a nice little highlight. And as you guys can tell, that looks so good. I love it. So now I just do the same thing to the other eye. I just literally tap it in one time. I tap it off because it's really pigmented. Start at my cheeks, and I just work my way up. And then for my nose, I just do like one swipe, and then one swipe down the bridge of my nose. And then I do my lips to kind of give it that extra glow. I go back into my bronzing powder and I just tap it a little bit just to kind of mix the blush, the highlight, and the bronzer in together. And then I do the same thing on the other side to dye down that a little bit. Bronzer, I don't add in more bronzer. I just take whatever's left on the brush from when I used it just a few seconds ago, and then I just kind of tap it in. So onto the lips. As you guys can tell, I've been using this like crazy, but these are both by NYX, and these are what they look like. This is the NYX lip liner, and oh my gosh, it looks so crazy. But yeah, this is the NYX lip liner, and it's in the shade Cold. Basically what I'm gonna do is just line up my lips. And then for the outside, I just kind of drag it in to like the outer corner of my lips to give me more of like a good color. And then I do my lips like this to kind of bring some up towards the outer corners on the top of my lips. And then I just basically line up the top lip. And then I bring that color inwards on my outer area of my lips. Lastly, I just take my NYX Butter Gloss. And this is in the shade Bit of Honey. I really love this one. Also the shade Maybelline. Just take this one in shade Bit of Honey. And I just start out in the middle. And I drag it a little bit outwards. Since I already put the liner on the outer areas of my lips, I'm just gonna put the gloss on the middle areas of my lips. Alright you guys, so to finish off this look, since I'm pretty much finished, actually I'm not finished. Before mascara, I like to use setting spray first. I'm just gonna set my face. Last but not least, I like to apply my mascara. I always apply my mascara last because I just feel like it's appropriate for me and the messes that I always make. So the mascara that I like to use is the Maybelline Colossal Hydro Fudge Mascara. Besides applying false lashes all the time, it's just a lot better to just use a mascara that has really nice volume. And I honestly, personally think that this one is really good for my eyelashes, and it's very affordable. So basically what I do is, I'm gonna come up a little closer, and I just coat my lashes with this mascara. Just to let you guys know, I don't do my bottom lashes because clearly I have none. So it would be pointless of doing bottom lashes. But when my lashes start to grow in and flourish, that's when I start doing bottom lashes. But yeah, so this is what my makeup is looking like. Alright you guys, so we have come to the end of this video. This is what my makeup is looking like. This is the final look. If you guys have enjoyed this video, then make sure you guys give me a big thumbs up. Comment down below for more makeup tutorials and all that good stuff. And if you guys have not subscribed already, then please be sure you are subscribed to my channel. Go ahead and subscribe, girl. You already been this far. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for all your love and support. And thank you guys most importantly for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Ryan Little.